Hello, welcome to Warriors Path, where we're playing domination. And we are in the Shimakaze tonight. Rumors are, actually, yeah, the ship is due for a nerf when it comes to detectability, so yeah. I think by the time this one posts, the nerf's going to be out. So we will enjoy our unnerved Shimakaze. I think I have between like the perks and like the way I have the ship outfitted and the way I have the commander set up. I think my detectability is like 5.3, right? So I think some people have gotten it like a little bit less than that, but yeah. So we'll take shots through Zone A here. There are a lot of destroyers in this game. Looks like 5. It's always hard to count when there's like a bajillion of them in the bars on the top, right? 2 Shimikazes, a Gearing, some Z44, Z46, yeah. So we'll take a shots through Zone A with kind of the assumption that enemy destroyers might try to kind of speed run into the zone to try and get the capture, right? But it looks like our guy is getting the capture, and then we don't see any, it's not contested, right? So my assumption was wrong. There are torpedoes coming through, though, so somebody on the other side made the same assumption I did, right? But our allied destroyer was smart, and he wasn't broadside. He was pointing in towards the enemy, right? So we win this time. The only thing we lose is our reload. So we get spotted here so I tried to take a cheap shot at the battleship, right? And with hopes that like as we go around the island, he wouldn't be spotting us anymore, right? So that tells us there's probably a destroyer out here with him off to the side. So we'll smoke up, and hopefully someone keeps this Schleifen spotted for us. And we can send some torpedoes this way and continue to try and fire spam him, right? But we kind of have the assumption that there is a destroyer out here, at least one, right? With 5 of them in the game, there's probably the potential for more is great, right? So we want to try and just, we're going to have to watch out for torpedoes, right? So I'm assuming he's, kind of directly behind us where our ship is, just based on when we got spotted after firing our guns. But, you never know, right? Yep, there's some torpedoes, so we were kind of right. We'll take a shot between those islands. I know not all the torpedoes are going to make it through there, but if that Schleifen keeps going on his path that he was going on, he might take some of those. I'm going to guess he's going to... so we're going to turn in towards these, right? So sometimes turning in is the better decision. Turn towards those torpedoes, get your butt whipped around that way, right? But yeah, so I was going to guess that the battleship's going to slow down and not keep moving, right? So we don't get... And he did, but almost didn't, right? So... and then this is the thing, too. So the Schleifen is not the one spotting us right now, but his secondaries are probably going to light us up in a second. Because there's a smoke screen between me and him, we know there's still a destroyer out here somewhere. It's just more confirmation, right? So it was a little bit risky of me to be firing my guns here, right? So we, hindsight's 2020. I was getting aggressive. I'm like, man, we already lost a bunch of ships, yeah, whatever. Let's end this game. Let's put ourselves out of our misery. But that is normally not my attitude. Normally I like to fight to the death, even if I'm the last ship standing. And there's at least one. There's got to be one more over here somewhere. So 2 destroyers down on their team, 3 down on our team. So I'm thinking the Gearing that's over here, plus somebody else. For sure somebody else now that we're spotted right now, right? So somebody's got some awesome concealment on their destroyer, and they're picking us up before we pick them up. Like ours is 5.3, right? So They're within 5.3 kilometers, and we're getting spotted, and we still don't see them, right? So we're about to get some awesome hits on the Schleifen. 2 torps hits, 2 floods. Of course, you only can get 1 flood at a time. There's no such thing as double floods. But the second rack that we sent his direction, so he put the flood out, right? But he's not going to be able to put the flood out when these guys hit, right? So, and you know what? They just finished him off anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? All right, so it's me and a battleship. I think we got a Republic behind us. Can't remember, but and then there's at least 2 destroyers over here, right? So, I'm the best chance for spotting. We do have another destroyer in Zone A. Yep, so he's picking somebody up. It's the Shimikaze. So it must have been the Shimikaze, so he must have his concealment set up a little bit better than mine, right? So that's what I was kind of saying. Like, I know mine's 5.3, and I think you can get it closer to 5 if you really push for concealment and you're playing the Shimikaze a lot and you put all your eggs in the commander basket that is the Shimikaze, right? So he must have his concealment a little bit better than mine. So he was picking us up and we weren't picking him up, right? So that 0.3 kilometers made a difference before and damn near killed us, right? So our destroyer finishes him off with torpedoes. Hopefully he doesn't die from the Shimikaze torpedoes, but he does. Yep. So we know we have a gearing out here, and I know that we have better concealment than the gearing, right? So gearing's like base concealment, what they start out with is worse than what we have, right? So we can slam the brakes here and hope not to get spotted, although now we're getting spotted, right? But so like ideally we would stay just out of spotting range, but so I used the smoke because who knows how long we're going to survive with 2,900 health, right? But since he fired and we have this battleship behind us, he remains spotted for at least another 20 seconds. But he's going to fire his guns even more because he knows he's going down, right? So, and then those torpedoes, that was a decent torpedo shot too by us. He might have torpedoes coming in our direction. The Gearing's torpedo reload is abysmal. I kind of hate trying to play with that ship just because the torpedo, you get 2 racks and they take like 2 minutes to reload. Like, it's obnoxious, right? So the Gearing strength lies in its long smoke screens and guns. So yeah, as a lot of American battleships do. So looks like he sent his torpedoes after the Republic, who managed to dodge them. Which, when we spotted him, that gave that Republic, that gave that battleship time to adjust and know, okay, here's where the destroyer is. You can point towards the destroyer or adjust your course, so that way you don't hit torpedoes, right? So we will make a beeline for Zone B. Just made myself choke. In an effort to, they're going to get the zone cap, right? There's a destroyer in there. But to win this game, like, we either need more zones or more ships, right? So we're up on points for the time being just because I think we've had Zone A capped for the vast majority of this game, right? So I'll dump some torpedoes into B. And, it's all just speculation at this point, right? Where their destroyer might be. So we're really relying on trying to get lucky, right? Just like every Friday night. But, yeah, so if we can, we'll go in, challenge that zone, or steal the cap back, right? We'll make it a blue capture, right? And then we'll see kind of what ships show up for the enemies and where else we can support, right? But yeah, really, the only thing we can do for the time being is head for B. I do kind of wish that, like, I knew if the battleship behind us was spotted or not. So it is super beneficial, you guys, to call out when you get spotted. Use the the in-game commands there. Because if I'd known he was spotted, I might be able to kind of circle back around, and I would assume that this destroyer on their team, their last remaining destroyer, was probably going for him then, right? So, yeah. Sorry that I like always cough in your face. I've had like the sickness for like decades now. Is what it feels like, right? I think the like live streams of my other game that I play, Elite Dangerous, it's so funny because I play this like battleship game in the ocean, and then I play a futuristic space game. So like this is like back in time, and that one's like forward in time. But so what happens here is we lose the Republic that's behind us to torpedoes. And I wasn't like I was kind of thinking he was free and clear. Like I was kind of thinking their destroyer either was like I don't know. I mean, if he's gonna go for the to try and cap zone A, like I don't know. Like he'd probably spot the battleship, right? But um, all right, maybe he's gonna head towards his teammates to support his teammates. But ideally, like I'm like, all right, I made the wrong call. Like I should have kind of thought what I would do in his situation, which would be go for the zone cap, go for it. Yeah, so like he goes good luck guys, and then I see the torpedoes back there. So I'll send torpedoes in that direction just to see, and then we'll give him a Roger. Yep, we're gonna But so now technically we're losing, even though we're up a zone, just because it's 2-on-4 at the moment, right? I'm trying to gauge what these guys are going to do, and then the destroyer shows up here, right? So Z46, I think he might have better guns than us, so we might be like, I mean, most other destroyers have better guns than the Shimakaze. So I'm trying not to fire, and I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for my torpedoes here. And we get it right in the butt, and then whoosh! 12 health points left, you guys. That's all you need. You only need 1 health point to win a game. We've got 11 extra health points that we don't even need. We don't even need them. And then we lose our battleship. So it's so close to the, I was like kind of thinking at the time, I was like, man, if our battleship dies, it'll be 4-on-1, and then I'll have the zones and might be able to win on points, right? So you get that what is it called, like solo warrior or something, like that medal. Like to me that's the toughest one to get, right? Win the game. We got torpedoes behind us. Okay, but yeah, win the game even though you're outnumbered 4-1. Right? Like that's the thing there. So. But we should be able to win this one, no problem, except there is a twist that happens. Stay tuned, do not leave yet. I guarantee you there's some excitement here that you're about to witness. Because I'm an idiot. No, I do not fire my guns. I'm an idiot, but not that, just not that. Not at that level, right? Like, so we've got the cap, the zones, we've got an extra zone compared to them. And we're already up on points. So this game should be in the bag. But if you notice, that is a Des Moines over there. And in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, American cruisers, they have radar, but it's only 9 kilometers, right? So like, I'm good. I'll be fine. But in reality, Des Moines is like 9.5 or something, like it's high, like 9.5, 9.9, something like somewhere around there. Like it's higher. And so if he's got his commander like anything like outrigged with, further range radar, I don't know, but like he picks me up, and it's just like I'm like, what have I done? Why don't I know this? So this is how you learn, guys, is the failures in life, right? Man, like that another hit on that Marlboro, like that was so close. But like if we would have hit him, so he used his damage con before and flooded, because he flooded. And then if we would have hit him there, like we might have flooded him to death, right? So here I am slowing down, and then we get picked up. So it is 9.9. We get picked up by that Des Moines. We get picked up by the Des Moines radar, and here come the bullets. Here they come, and luckily, he's either a bad shot or has really bad RNG, and we floor it away from him, and his radar runs out, like it ends. So, like, he had it going earlier, We'll send these torpedoes even though it says that it would take 31 seconds to get to them, right? Why not? I like sending them, right? But yeah. So if we wanted to lose, we could we could shoot some bullets and get our ass kicked. But we just got so lucky. Like, it was, totally my fault that I forgot that the Des Moines had slightly, a little bit longer range for his radar. And the person that messaged me, like, to me it's obvious, but not to every player. So I get why he's messaging me. But he was like, "You got the points, just run," And so I was like, "Yep, I know." So I check it later. So we get 2,500 XP. That puts us at the top of the leaderboard. Not a like a great game, but not nothing record breaking, right, with a Shimakaze, but just a good time, right? All right, real quick, we're gonna check what this guy sent. Oh, so yeah, so this was me. I'm like, what is the Des Moines radar range? And I go in and I'm like, oh my gosh, 9.9, there it is. That's why I got picked up. That is why.